Mr. Hughes, your fully court charged battery is a second or subsequent offense. Do you understand that charge, sir?
No, sir, I don't understand what the second offense is. Would you explain it?
Well, it means that on January the 19th of 2021, you were convicted of felony battery by Judge Garcia, and that makes this a second or subsequent offense, causing it to be a higher offense, not a misdemeanor anymore. Now it's a felony.
No, sir, under the 77505 or 01, the enhancement law cannot be enhanced again. That's a fact.
No, it's
read
this charge.
775.0
Okay.
1 or
All
05.
Well, you're being charged as a felon.
Yes.
Your bond's $15,000. No contact with the alleged victim. Court date's going to be September the 4th at 9 o'clock. Good luck.
Next.
And they're not enhancing the second one, the first one again. They're enhancing the different.
What would you do with a brain if you had one?
Welcome back to Time Served, the channel that scans the docket so you don't have to. And as we celebrate freedom on this glorious holiday weekend, Judge Fleischer is about to take someone's freedom away due to a storm. Mr. Young, our defendant, just like many individuals we see, is full of excuses, lies, and the poor me victim stories. He has a plethora of bond violations, and Judge is not happy with him at all. According to his attorney, he didn't communicate because he was moving and working. But at 1:40 a.m., something just doesn't add up. I just have one observation. They are on time for everything illegal, but all things get in the way when they need to do something legally. Like show up for court. And if you enjoy defendants being stuck like Chuck in the Fleischer Dome, make sure to check out this video right here. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe, set your notifications to all, and never miss defendants being stuck like Chuck. Let's roll, nerds.
Judge, we are in need of discussion on Mr. Darius Thomas.
Hello, Mr. Thomas. I'm not happy with you. First, you pick up a terrorist threat. Then you pick up an assault of a family member. And you also pick up a failure to identify oneself while you're a fugitive from justice. I told you that if you wanted to remain in the free world, that you had to strictly comply with the bond conditions we set forth.
That's it, y'all.
You had your first bond violation report in March. Did I put you in jail for that? You now have another bond violation report. And in this report here, the client was ordered to receive a GPS device with a 9 p.m. to a 6 a.m. curfew. The device has generated multiple alerts. Curfew is that you are entering at 9:05, 9:23, 1:41 a.m.
For my job, like working two different jobs.
John?
Judge, let me, if I may, Judge.
Please.
Young Darius and I have had great communications, except for the last week. Except for last week, and I think it's because of the storm. Plus, he's behind on some payments on his phone, Officer Claret actually reached out to me. We both had problems calling him, but he, through an app, is able to text me.
When was the storm?
Well, hold on, Judge. I'm getting there. I'm just giving you why in the last week it's been.
I don't care about the last week.
Well, let's go back to what you're really, concerned with, which are the 423 through 428 timeframe, and a lot of the unapproved. There's one at 1:40. There's at 9:20 at 2 p.m. What happened during that time frame was, Judge, and I have it on my text. He texted me on Wednesday, I believe it was the 22nd, informed me that it was having to move to his Aunt Mildred, and I've confirmed all of this.
Moving at 1:41 in the morning?
What happened was, so during that time frame, a lot of the unavailability was because he was moving to a new place. The job sometimes, and I've talked to his manager also, sometimes he's required to work a little bit later. He takes 2 buses to get home. He takes 2 different routes from 3rd Ward, that's the Burger King in 3rd Ward. He also has another job that he does with his uncle, but that's not in discussion here, Judge. But every time that he does have something weird comes up, it would text me. He texted me that Wednesday, he texted me that Friday and that Sunday. And I told him that he immediately had to reach out to pretrials to let them know. On that following Monday, he says that he did, and he talked to a lady at pretrials to give them all the update with the move and all that. They said, okay. Since that time, he's actually been living with Aunt Mildred. And outside of that one at 141, Judge,
You're supposed they need I was going to give her a lawyer. Have they spoken to a lawyer yet? No, don't send them out. You need to come back. Oh, is she going to come back? Let them know they got to come back though. Okay.
Outside of that time frame between the 23rd and the 28th, when there was a disparity in the times, the majority of his being late was at 9:20, at 10, and his manager says that they have to stay, clean up, and he misses the bus. His other bus gets him back home a little bit later, Judge. And I have, as far as communication with him, every time when something like that happens, he would text me the next day. And I always tell him, you've got to let pretrials know. You've got to let and you have to try to do a better job but he just doesn't have the rides, Judge.
I've been keeping in touch with pretrials.
You don't take me seriously, Mr. Thomas. You do whatever you want to do, and you give me the bird every single time. It's now over. Hey, it goes with you. I am now revoking your bond. That's it. I have given you chance after chance. That's it. I've literally bent over backwards not to put him in jail, John D.
No worries, Judge. Only thing I can do is.
I know. I appreciate your tenacity, but at some point, if I don't, I become an enabler myself. And that point is now.
What are you raising them to?
If his bonds will be set at 5,003
for each?
Yeah.
When you do this, he automatically pops up on the docket tomorrow.
Yeah. So,
because I think this is a FGLD case, so let me see if I can, reach out to them and see if we can do something.
I'm not gonna let him just plead guilty to get out. I will not do that.
Okay.
We need to craft a solution that it's not gonna harm him.
How long do you want him to sit before we?
Well, I don't know. I'm not giving him a PR ball. Like, I'm not gonna just baby him and coddle him. He's old enough to understand that the consequences, and so let's work with is it Damien, right? Damien, and figure out a solution that's not going to hurt him. But I'm not taking no convictions.
Okay. But if let's say that tomorrow, Judge, he takes a deferral.
Well, let's see. I'll never say no to you, John.
No, I got you. I just want to make sure
again,
those things are in discussion. That's all.
No problem. Oh.